My name is Tom Bogenschutz, and I want to talk energy with you. I've been engaged in energy issues for several years now through my organization, Tri-State Creation Care, and a coalition of organizations called Energy for All. Energy for All came together over concerns for clean and affordable energy. When it comes to energy, we live in a pivotal and crucial time. Decisions are being made on energy that will impact us for generations. We all want and can have clean and affordable energy, but this is not the current path we are on. The point of this presentation is to help send the message that we have to shape the energy future we want. We have to demand a future path that will bring benefit to all of us. So this is the structure of the electrical system that has been with us for the past 100 years. Our utility generates electricity, then transmits and distributes it to our homes and businesses. The primary means of generating that electricity has been through either coal or gas, but we are in the midst of a great transformation. Wind and solar in utility-sized fields. Solar on our homes and on our businesses has been rapidly replacing the old coal and gas plants. The future is the sun. And this makes complete sense. It costs a great deal to extract fossil fuels from the ground, transport it, and then burn it. Not to mention, as we are finding out, the incalculable environmental costs that a warming planet is inflicting on our world. Whereas the sun is free. Placing solar panels on our roofs is a fraction of the cost of building, say, a huge gas plant. So simple economics is driving this change. The sun has the power, literally, to give us abundant and affordable energy for everyone. A key part to this transformation is this, the electric meter. When solar is installed on a house or business, a special meter is also installed that allows electricity to flow both ways. When the sun is shining and solar panels are producing a lot of electricity that is not used in the house, it can be metered back onto the grid. This power will then be used by a neighbor. At night or on cloudy days, the homeowner will use electricity from the grid and it will be metered accordingly. Her electrical bill is the net amount between the two. The solar owner, of course, benefits from this arrangement, but we too benefit in getting this clean and more affordable electricity. But the utilities fear this trend. Customers using electricity other than their electricity threatens their bottom line. So how did the power industry respond to this trend? They got our state legislature to pass a law. In 2017, Indiana passed a net metering law. It capped the price that the solar homeowners could obtain for their excess electricity at basically the wholesale price. For example, in Evansville, our retail price for utility energy is around 16 cents per kilowatt. The solar homeowner gets 4 cents for their excess electricity. That 12-cent difference goes into the utility's pockets. Furthermore, in an unfair interpretation of the net metering law called instantaneous billing, the utility credits the homeowner 4 cents during the day when solar panels are at peak production. But the homeowner is likely at work, not at home, and of course not using her generated electricity. So most of her electricity goes to the financial benefit of the utility. Yet at night, when she is home, using the lights, washing dishes, lowering the temperature on the AC, all powered by electricity from the grid, the price is 16 cents. So when her solar system is most productive, she is not given one-to-one credits for her excess electricity. Yet when she is using the most electricity, she pays the utility's full price. What this effectively does is take the financial incentive out of installing solar. You can't recoup your investment, and the rest of us lose out on this possible cheaper source of electricity. An important development is coming soon, though. The great disruptor is an affordable working house battery that can store a night's worth of electricity. It will reset the economics of solar. For those who can't afford this investment of a solar system with a battery, it likely will make solar attractive again. But for the rest of us, we lose out on a great opportunity. We'll use Evansville's situation to explain this. In Evansville, our utility got approval to build 2 large gas plants and gas pipeline totaling $1 billion. This kind of investment is like taking out a mortgage on your house. It will take 30 years to pay off and requires a rate hike. Our utility has made that request. Yet, in an era of increasingly cheaper and effective solar panels and workable batteries, rate increases only make installing a solar system with a battery more attractive. If you can afford to install a system and reduce energy costs, why not, right? If many take advantage of this, it sets up the possible scenario of less demand for grid electricity. Yet, those gas plants have to be paid off. Less demand for electricity could force a utility to seek even more revenue and argue the need for further rate hikes. Again, if rates are raised, this gives more incentive to go solar. Combine this with the utility's need to make investment upgrades for a new transmission and solar and wind fields that they are building in this transition, you get the picture. We face the specter of endless rate escalation. This is one possible scenario. No one really knows how the future will unfold, but many of us contend that the only way to a clean and affordable energy future is private solar. If our utilities do not change their way of doing business, rate hikes are inevitable. For those whose only option is utility electricity from the grid, energy costs will become even more burdensome. Dollars that ought to go for such things as rent, food, and medicine will be gobbled up by unfair high energy costs. This is what should have happened. If rooftop solar had been embraced and encouraged and a fair amount given for excess solar electricity, say 8 cents as it is in Kentucky, solar owners would be pleased to see their excess electricity go onto the grid and not have to purchase a battery to store it. This helps pay off their solar system. The benefit for the rest of us is a cheaper and clean source of electricity. As solar grows then and more excess electricity goes on to the grid, the result is a downward pressure on rates. Embracing and encouraging private solar would bring more affordable electricity that is resilient, that could be made reliable by utility-sized battery storage, and have little or no environmental harm. This begs the question, why did we not do this? The accompanying question that must go along with this is, why did our state do this to us? There are several contributing factors to this. Maybe it's our legislatures not understanding the consequences of their law. But the most obvious reason is the threat to utilities' way of doing business and their profit margins, and their great capacity to put money behind political candidates. The net metering law is one example of bad energy policy. We could also point to the repealing of energy conservation laws that also would have had dramatic effect on containing electrical costs. All in all, Indiana is very poorly positioned for a better future that this new era of the sun can offer. Instead, many will struggle under unnecessary high energy costs. We need energy reform in Indiana. Here's where you can help. Would you be willing to call or contact your state legislature in support of better energy legislation? If so, share your email with us and we will notify you when important energy bills are being considered. Energy in our age is on par with drinking water. It needs to be and can be inexpensive and available to all. After all, the sun is free. It is a gift to all of us and offers us abundant energy that can dramatically raise the quality of life for everyone. No one has the right to monopolize it and then impose unnecessary, unjust, high energy costs onto us. The only ones who can make this situation right are the ones who created it, our state legislatures. Let's send the message that we want a better energy future.